My name's Graeme Neilsen, and I've lived in George Town and Gunns Ltd. I've lived in George Town from the early 70s. I was a school teacher and then in business, now retired. I'm wearing black today because I'm a little bit sad about the whole process. Father's Day, I went to my dad's grave and I said a few words. I said I was sorry that I felt quite impotent that I couldn't do something about democracy, something that he spent 5 or 6 of his best years defending. And my late and best friend, Owen Smith, who languished in Changi for 3 or 4 years, defending a way of life that he had a dream for Australia. And I've taken a neutral view on this mill. I've been blessed to be able to read everything, listen to experts, and it's only in recent times that I've made up my mind that I am against the mill. But it's the process that we've gone through, and I feel as though we have been let down, and it's been said very well by all tiers of government, but I believe our local government here in George Town in this municipality still has a chance. And Doug's here today, and thanks for coming along, Doug. That's terrific that you are here, and I heard you speak on the radio. I think we have got a chance to prove that local government is still relevant. I read a report just recently of the former mayor who came back from the local government council. He put a report into the council and he said the best speech was the last speech of the conference, and it had some fabulous ideas of how the council could engage with its community. Now, I don't believe our council and many other councils around the state have engaged with their community, and Doug, that was a word you used when you spoke very well on the radio the other day, that you would endeavour to engage with the community. We had a public meeting in August 06, that was when the RPDC was in the ring. There was a promise of a transport meeting, which hasn't happened, and that's the one thing that I can get my head round. I don't have a scientific brain, so I rely on the experts, but I do know the figures. I do know there is going to be an enormous increase in traffic, and our roads simply cannot take that volume without an enormous amount of money, and it's no use doing it afterwards. If we wake up, and one of the reasons I'm speaking out is that if we wake up one morning and the headlines are something that a truck has hit a school bus, the roads that they have to share, we're all going to ask ourselves the question, have we done everything possible to make sure that we've crossed the T's and dotted the I's? And if we don't do that, well then we're letting everybody who we love and care for. During the debate, I noticed Paul Lennon got quite upset here about 18 months ago because the debate was getting personal, and he said something like, I'd give it all away if I thought it affected my grandchild. Well, we all have or know people who have grandchildren. I'm not lucky enough to have them, but I've got my own kids, and they're our future. And I know damn well, of a driver of 40 odd years, that we can no longer share our roads with the increasing amount of traffic. I'm not just having a go at logging, the increasing amount of road transport without facing the strong possibility of a disaster that we will regret. So all I say to our local council is please honour the promise of a forum on transport. Have another meeting where in a true democracy, the views of the municipality, where this mill is going to go, can be aired. I don't think the leaders of that industry have even addressed the George Town Council. I've sat down and spoken with John Gunn. I'm not happy with what he told me. But I believe that a meeting in August last year is so out of date it's not funny. We need something up to date. And Bob Wallace, the local councillor from here, rang me from the high seas the other day, and he said, I asked for a notice of motion to be put on the agenda for the Georgetown people to have the democratic right to have a voter poll, and he told me, it may have been corrected, but he told me that the unelected general manager said it couldn't go on the agenda because they didn't have time for an officer to prepare a report. That's the sort of thing I had to say to my late father, I'm sorry. When we get to a stage that our democracy has come where an unelected public servant says we can't write a report, yes, you can have a say. Let's continue the push to have a say, and don't please have that meeting. Please, in your own words, engage with your community. Thank you.